Hey guys, so it's 8 a.m. on what I'll call day one. We'll say yesterday was day zero. So right now I've gone 18 hours without food. That's typical for an intermittent fast. Here's my day's food. So I've got essential amino acids. I'm going to have a Keto OS sachet and then a bit of coconut oil. Yes, there's a debate about coconut oil, but I'm eating coconut oil. Calm down. I've got ketone strips. I think the best thing you're meant to do is get your blood tested, but I don't have 40 quid to waste on that sort of thing. So these were £5, there's 100 of them. I'm having a Keto OS sachet. This is Beta-Hydroxybutyrate and MCT powder. Right, so it's 12 to 16 ounces. I don't work in ounces, so I think that's 500 ml. 16 fluid ounces in millilitres.
16 imperial fluid ounces equals 454.609 millilitres.
Alright, a bit less. So I've got to sip this, I shake it thoroughly and then I sip it, otherwise I shit my pants, is what the internet says. This is Orange Dream. Smells fine. Oh, it smells like chocolate orange, which I don't like, so that's fantastic. Alright. So I got these from a UK retailer. They're 8 quid. I'm not sponsored by them. This is the only one I'm using. The other ones are Keto Canna and Bulletproof Instamix. So those are the 3 that I was told to look out for. So along with what's on my post-it note, I can also have water and tea. So with my tea, I'm going to have the 10 grams of coconut oil and just mix it in. That's it for now. I'll catch up with you again at 2 p.m. Cheers. Hey, so it's 10:30 on day one. I was reading through my notes about this whole thing, and because of the water-only fast, you miss out on salts. Your body needs some salt. You can't just have no salt. So I've got pink Himalayan sea salt. A lot of people have it in like a hot water shot or a warm water salt water shot, like shot. That seems weird to me. So I'm going to do it like a tequila slammer. So I'm just going to put some salt on the back of my hand and lick it off. And then that's keeping my salt intake up. That is actually coming out, just so you know. I have no written on the back of my hands because otherwise I'll reach for the cupboard out of habit. So I don't mind salt, but I'll have some more of that. So if you are fasting or fast mimicking, you still need to keep your salts up for your electrolytes. I'm also taking bone broth, which I'm going to put some salt in. Otherwise, you're going to get lightheaded, dizzy, and I think the other thing is tachycardia, which is racing heartbeat. So to avoid that, keep up with your salt. Cool. Hey, so it's 11 a.m. And I'm really aware of my heartbeat. It's not fast, it's 63 beats a minute. I'm normally around 54. So I looked online to see how much salt I needed in terms of teaspoons, because I think I took a really small amount on the back of my hand. So it's probably a quarter of a teaspoon, which is going to be quite a lot. So it's probably that much salt. I mean, this is a tiny teaspoon. So now I see why people would put it in a shot, because I don't want to put that in my mouth. So yeah, I'm going to get a little bit of water and just have a shot. Hey. So a saltwater shot. Oh, that's just like the ocean. Whew. That's not that bad. So I've got half a cup of bone broth left, and I've also got 10 grams of flaxseed. I'm not sure how I'm going to eat those, but that is my second and only meal for the rest of the day. So I'm going to shake this up and I'm going to go. I feel pretty good. I've been chilling in the garden. I've got 4 days off to do this. I didn't want to do it while I was working, just in case I had mind blank or something like that, or was in a terrible mood. So cool. So today's total is 383 calories. So it's 24 hours in, so my body is still using glucose as its primary fuel source, getting that from my liver and from my muscles. I want to transition so that my body runs on fat, my brain has to run on ketones, and my body will run on fatty acids. That is what the Keto OS drink is going to do. It's going to speed up the process of converting to a fat-dominant fuel source. At the moment, I only feel moderately hungry, maybe a 5 out of 10. Just before I've had this, I've had my bone broth already. I put a 1/4 teaspoon of salt in that to keep my salt intake up. So I still feel mentally clear. I'm down to 71 kilos, which is down 1.5 kilos. That is almost entirely down to not having food in my body and the carbohydrate that my body normally stores not binding to lots of water molecules. So basically it's water weight I've lost. So I'm not getting excited by that. I know that if I eat 400 calories a day and I'm normally burning 2,200, then that deficit is about 0.5 pound a day of fat. So any more than that is just going to be water weight, just a temporary loss that will come back when I go back to regular eating. Hey guys, so just to round off day one, I've tracked my hunger levels, which I've graphed here. You can see that from my normal lunch, I came back up to around 7 just before bed. I woke up not feeling that hungry at all. My hunger levels just steadily climbed through the day, back to the same level they were on what we're calling day 0. And then if I'm going to add in the ketone test strips, they're not entirely accurate. You can see 0 reading when I first started at 4 o'clock. Just after taking the Keto OS, I was at 4. That dropped quite quickly an hour later to 1.5. And then the end of the day, I was in between 2 on the scale, so I call that a 3. Finally, my body weight, which has come down quite rapidly. That's mostly water weight. So 72.8 the night before, woke up 71.3, and that's dipped very slightly through the day. That's it for day 1. Thanks for watching. Please check out day 2.